Okay, Steve in California. I'm working on your Stryker today, so hopefully I have this done and get it ready to send off to you. This is the sideband on it from the factory, so kind of lackluster, not very good. Draws too much current. It looks bad on the oscilloscope, and it looks bad on the third order intercept test. So all in all, it's not good. So we can make that better by just simply doing this. Now it's looking much better, and we've dropped the amperage current. Obviously, we do less power, so the current does come down with that. But less power on the two-tone, I should say. We won't have less power on transmit, but we go from, I don't know. Let's see where it was before. About 60 watts. Actually, I think it was more like 60 to 70 watts of average power, which is about a 12 amp current draw. Down to when we adjust this. We're looking at these numbers, and you can see the scope pattern improve as I increase these two numbers. That's good there, right in the 20s to about 30 to 35 watts of average power on sideband, which really makes no difference, maybe sometimes even 40. But the main thing is how good that two-tone looks now. So AM and everything is done already. I'm going to keep this kind of brief here, but I will spin it around really quick and show you the radio. Done with that. If I can get this stupid thing to 0019. So I'll show you guys the difference really quick here. See how this one looks. Let me turn the color on mine to orange. I don't have any of these knobs right now, but you guys can let me know what you think. Here's mine. Black knobs, chrome knobs. Which one do you think looks better? Now, I think if this radio had a black bezel all the way around it, it would look even better. But these are knobs from a DX5000 kind of radio. So they don't fit perfect as far as this one. So when I had these knobs before, couple guys were real picky about that, because when you turn this knob actually lines up. The black knob on there won't line up perfectly, and some guys were real picky about that. It made me refund them. So I got the knobs back and resold them to some other guys that weren't so picky and just thought that, the appearance looked great. So, I think it looks excellent. I think it adds a lot of quality to the look of that radio. But I don't have any knobs for that right now, so that might be something in the future I'll offer again. But maybe not as well, because it's one of those things I don't want to hear people complain when they get the knobs on. Oh, it doesn't line up perfect on the mode. Well, like I told the guy, you can see the mode here. This is like a couple of years ago when I was doing that. So, you don't have to see this line up perfect when you can see the mode change. Okay, Steve, if you want to do 12 meter on this, you got to go to the VFO option. You can adjust the settings for the this one and this one. Actually, it's the course and the channel selector, so you can make it go down there, and then you can work that band if you wanted to. The same on 10. It's in the band option right now, so but you do have a full VFO option too. The only differences with these is the radio still mutes in between step. Normally all radios would mute like this on the 10 kc split, but these radios will mute briefly in between, so hopefully they'll correct that. I mentioned that to them a long time ago about these. So we're going to go to the AM test now. AM on this one's about 20. It was about 20, but as I say, as the radio heats, the carrier kind of comes up a little bit. So I'm going to say that it's 21, and there's our, whoops, you can't see, there's our power. So sometimes they do a few more watts than others. It really makes no difference, but it's doing about 5 times the carrier, which is about what they all do. So it looks pretty good everywhere. It's a very powerful radio here. Here is single sideband. This is upper sideband, so again, it's about 100 watts there too. give or take a few watts here or there in between words and stuff like that. So it's doing good. We'll go back to AM really quick. I want to try to lower that carrier down to like 2 watts if I can. That's pretty darn close there. It's almost 3, but close enough. So again, on these, they do quite a bit of power from that low AM. So if that's something you're looking for, this is definitely the one to get. Or the 655 if you don't care about sideband. I haven't seen one of the new 655s yet. I haven't decided if I wanted to sell those in the future or not. I never really sold too many of the normal 655s, but so your average power is sometimes, you know, it's going to be about 3 to 4 times the carrier, it seems like, on that lower power setting. As you increase the RF power up, there's our 20 or 22 or whatever, so you can see the average power for those that care about that. It's at times it's almost double. So, you know, we're not going to see 70, 80 watts of average RMS power, but you know, the radios do really good, and they do drive things really well. So let's put this on the air. I got mine on the air right now, but I'll just disconnect it and switch the cable over to yours. So here's the typical stuff. Somebody's playing a siren or something over the air, so there's some FM coming out of Europe. Bump that squelch up a little bit so we don't have to listen to that. They're not coming in the strongest, but I'm not sure what country that is or anything, but if I had to guess, I'd say it's Dutch.
Mike Romeo Chow, calling from the UK, calling from South Yorkshire. And America, 73 is bye-bye.
Obviously, in the channelized mode, it's a little more difficult to use the radio on HF, but you can. Denmark. I think we have to set our level. There we go. Obviously, what we have to realize with these type of radios is you're never going to have the big adjustable filters and all that stuff like you're going to get on a way more expensive radio. So, you know, as far as the receiver goes on a lot of these radios, I mean, they are going to be more susceptible to noise. The one thing that, you know, we have to realize in radio is that there is a lot of noise out there anyways. And some of your more fancy and high dollar HF 160 meter and on up radios will have the ability to attack that noise more aggressively and stuff like that. So, the guys that would say, well, I'd rather buy this than this. Okay, well, that's fine. You can do that. But, if you really want the big, heavy performance, like especially on AM, this is kind of the radio to get, I think. And not everybody wants that. There's a radio out there for every type of operator. So that's the good thing about us having the choice to get what we want. And then we may want certain things to do certain things only and other things to do other things. So there's not a one-size-fits-all radio in this world. If there is, I don't think people would have multiple radios. So if we only could buy one and it was the best radio in the world for everybody, then the radio hobby would be kind of boring. And the same thing goes for cars and motorcycles and anything that's a hobby. It's good to have choices and maybe have more than one. So I think we can all relate to that at some point in any hobby that we do. So, okay, Steve, well, I'm going to get out of here. It's got some good receive. They always do. So I can't really show you the WX because I have a low pass filter out there at my antenna that's like a 72 dB down filter above 30 megahertz. I mean, I can barely hear it. It's there, but it's not. But the weather band does work in these, so you have all your standard weather, and I think you can program in other frequencies in there as well. I think there's also a VFO option you can turn on, so it's very useful. All right, thanks a lot, Steve 73, and I will get this out to you hopefully today. I'm sorry, it was Steven, so hopefully that's okay to call you Steve. My name is Michael, but everybody can call me Mike. No big deal there. 73.